Got a lot of friends with me. Like how is the last one? But we're gonna drop it on you. We're gonna drop it on you like a bomb tonight here in St. Kitts Nevis. Gonna say good night to the entire Caribbean, the entire world. This is Mickey Stokes in the hot seat until midnight tonight, and I got the king with me. I got to say that first because when you have royalty around you, you got to give it respect, love, and honor. You know what I mean? And so. And I still got the wireless king here too. I got the wireless king, you know, the hunter, the hunting for his wifey. So hope he find her this time. And I got but strange but true. A guest in the house. He got to explain to you himself. You know what I mean? So. Tonight we have a packed show, you know what I mean? We might go overtime, you never can tell, so let's wait and see what happens, okay? As we continue the music out of that into this.
For his name, shout his name, Jesus, Jesus, Emmanuel, Jesus, let us for his
You know, we always give God thanks and praise every time we start our program. You can't be without him, you know what I mean?
Jesus,
We ain't saying nothing. Don't care how much money you got, how much things you got. When the father say, huh? you better listen, you know. Listen, you know. Okay then,
Jesus is
here we
my
go.
healer, and I really know it. Jesus is my healer, he heals all the time. He heals the sick, raise the dead. I don't have to be afraid. Jesus is my healer, he heals all the time. With his stripes I was healed. With his stripes I was healed. With his stripes I was healed. I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed. With his stripes I was healed. With his stripes I was healed. With his stripes I was healed. I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed. Yes, Jesus is my healer, and I really know it. Jesus is my healer. He heals all the time. He heals the sick, raise the dead. I don't have to be afraid. Jesus is my healer. He heals all the time. With his stripes I was healed. With his stripes I was healed. With his stripes I was healed. I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed. With his stripes I was healed. With his stripes I was healed. With his stripes I was healed. I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed. Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the roaring thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art. When Christ shall come with shout of acclamation and take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration and then proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then
Yes. It's murder she wrote.
It's
Don't dig nothing, you're scared. Don't be frightened, man. It's only a camera. Well, folks, it's National Showcase on this beautiful Tuesday night. It's 10 minutes before midnight and about. Let me say midnight. I will look like a well want go home, eh? Look like a well want go home. Me want go home yet, man. Don't worry about nothing. Your tongue slip. My tongue slip. So we got 10 minutes before 11 o'clock, and in the next 5 minutes or so, we're going to introduce you to our first guest here on the family station. He's going to tell you all about himself, and Stick and Step, we got something special for you. I'm going to say good night to the camera crew. Good night to you guys.
one vision, one purpose, one mission. Never ever lose focus and let nothing divide us. But let us all remember we're in this together. And though the heavens fall, we can still stand tall, knowing that we're in this together. Come rain or shine, we know that we'll be fine, knowing that we're in this together. United we are strong, divided we'll go wrong, as we head into the future with the hope that we will prosper. May this ever be our mantra. We're in this, we're in this, we're in this, we're in this together. Way, give me. Hear this. We made our choice again, determined who would reign. So stop crying, brother. We're in this together. In spite of all you knew, look what you went and do. So why even bother? We're in this together. They say who can't hear does feel, and a deal is a deal. So stop the crying. It's not like you're dying. You were given an option, and you made your decision. So spare me the hysteria. We're in this together. Under the heavens fall, we can still stand tall, knowing that we're in this together. Come rain or shine, we know that we'd be fine, knowing that we're in this together. United we are strong, divided we'll go wrong.
By special request, we have to bite it twice because it's nice, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness, I didn't know people just check these songs here. You know, people just check these kind of songs, I didn't know that. Well, now I know. We're in this together by Queenie G.
For better or for worse, be it blessing or curse, for richer or poorer, we're in this together. As a federation in which to stand as one, it's each for the other, we're in this together. We are one big family under a theme, unity. We share one vision, one purpose, one mission. Never ever lose focus and let nothing divide us. But let us all remember we're in this together. And though the heavens fall, we can still stand tall, knowing that we're in this together. Come rain or shine, we know that we'd be fine, knowing that we're in this together. just feel, and a deal is a deal. So stop the crying. It's not like you're dying. You were given an option, and you made your decision. So spare me the hysteria. We're in this together. Under the heavens fall, we can still stand tall, knowing that we're in this together. Come rain or shine, we know that we'd be fine, knowing that we're in this together. United we are strong, divided we'll go wrong. As we head into the future, with the hope that we will prosper, may this ever be our mantra. We're in this, we're in this, we're in this, we're in this together. To survive, we need each other. Yeah. Listen, this coronavirus has served to remind us, no matter where we are, we're in this together. With millions infected and far too many dead, just a stark reminder, we're in this together. The global economy decimated real badly, blunting the future, causing most to suffer. The road to recovery is not going to be easy, so build our agriculture. We're in this together. Under the heavens fall, we can still stand tall, knowing that we're in this together. Come rain or shine, we know that we'd be fine, knowing that we're in this together. United we are strong, divided we'll go wrong. As we head into the future, with the hope that we will prosper, may this ever be our mantra. We're in this, we're in this, we're in this, we're in this together. Way. Let us come together. Hold my hand. When all is said and done, don't care which side you're on. It really don't matter. We're in this together. Put politics aside, embrace national pride. The people, the agenda. We're in this together. Never mind your complexion. Deep down we all are one, with love of country that's worth more than money. And in this time of crisis, we need solid leadership, community and labor. We're in this together. Under the heavens fall, we can still stand tall, knowing that we're in this together. Come rain or shine, we know that we'd be fine, knowing that we're in this together. United we are strong, divided we'll go wrong. As we head into the future, with the hope that we will prosper, may this ever be our mantra. We're in this, we're in this, we're in this, we're in this together.
Boy, it's that time again. It's that time again where we have here on the plate some beautiful I can't call him ham, I can't call him turkey, because wicked and thing, you know, we love them things, but I mean some of us don't love them at all. So we're gonna say good night to our first guest here tonight. Good night, Mr. John Franks. John Franks. Good night to Mr. John Franks. And how art thou, Mr. Franks?
I'm fine, Brother Stokes. I'm fine, Brother Stokes.
Okay, then say that again because we are in English. So those we didn't understand that what you said just now. What you say?
I'm fine, Brother Stokes.
Okay, you are fine, Brother Stokes. Hey, folks. Tell us a little about yourself, Mr. Franks.
John Franks, born here, St. Kitts. Moved to Canada quite years back. And that's
That's it. Okay, so now you're
I'm
back
back
home.
to stay. Yes.
Now you're back home to stay.
Yes, yeah, Mr.
And
Music
you're actually like into a different genre of music, right?
This is one particular, several.
Okay.
This particular one is jazz.
Oh, jazz.
Yes.
This one is jazz.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and you want to tell us about we got two tracks here. We got the vocal tracks and we got the instrumental tracks.
Well, if you have time to play both, I appreciate. But I would like to just say, some things first. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Again, my name is John Franks. I wrote and arranged a song called Love. Please catch my video on YouTube at Love John Michael Franks. And if you like this song, I kindly ask you for your support of $2. 10% will be donated to our local elders, women and children's shelters throughout St. Kitts and Nevis. You can send your donations to St. Kitts Love in care of John Franks at CIBC First Caribbean International Bank, account number 0107051935. That's 0107051935. You can also e-transfer to St. Kitts Love at hotmail.com. That's st.kittslove at hotmail.com. I would like to thank Action House Productions in Toronto for producing the music, Shabba Productions here in St. Kitts for mixing the vocals, Miss O'Day Vassell in Toronto for her assistance with the arrangement, Miss Lydia Edwards here in St. Kitts for her contributions in linguistic skills, and Miss Pauline Herbert, also here in St. Kitts, for some vocal training. Thanks again for your support, and I hope you enjoy the music. Thanks, Brother Stokes, for giving me this opportunity to promote my song.
Okay. So I realized that I was listening to one of the tracks.
Yes.
It sounds quite interesting with a saxophone player there.
Saxophone. Let me say my father, Mr. Wentworth Stanley Franks.
Okay.
He played a saxophone.
Your dad
also.
plays
yes,
the sax.
sometimes, in the church. Apparently.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And I think your brother played the bass.
Which
Stanley? Yeah.
Okay.
He was one of the mama bass, the old-time mama bass. So your dad was a saxophone player. Your brother
big
is
in the church, big in Church of God Church. Yes.
And
yes.
you play instrument too?
I try to play some keyboards.
You play
keyboards and strings.
Oh, you play guitar and keyboards.
Yes.
Beautiful. So this song is about
just love.
Just love.
Love.
Okay.
Especially in these times.
All right. So you want to give us a you want to start an instrumental first, or you want to perform it for us?
You know what? I would like the
instrumental.
The instrument is the best, I believe.
Okay.
So the vocals can go first, but the instrument, ladies and gentlemen, please wait for the instrument.
All right. Then.
Thank you so much.
So you want, which one you do first? The vocals.
I appreciate it. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Oh boy.
And when I say I love you, it feels so good when you say you love me. Love, I love you. And when I say I love you, it feels so good when you say love me too. We get over troubled waters. We get over hills and mountains. Breathing in sunny days. For love sets us free. Love, I love you. And when I say I love you, it feels so good when you say you love me. Love, I love you. And when I say I love you, it feels so good when you say you love me too. We get over troubled waters. We get over hills and mountains. Breathing in sunny days. For love sets us free. Love, I love you. And when I say I love you, it feels so good when you say you love me. Love, I love you. And when I say I love you, it feels so good when you say you love me too. When you say you love me too. Feels so good when you say you love me
too. Yes, Johnny Franks. You're a real love man, eh? Yes, man. Yeah, you're a real love man. So you once again you want to let the people know where they could send the donation for your music and thing.
But still, thank you so much. Again, if you like the song, you can send your donations, please. I thank you to Sink It's Love in care of John M. Franks at CIBC First Caribbean International Bank. Account number 0107051935. You can also e-transfer to sinkitslove@hotmail.com. That's st.kittslove@hotmail.com. I appreciate so much.
Okay, thank you very much for being a part of our national showcase tonight, and we hope you get through with your what you're getting through with. I have your email address and your music. So thank you very much.
Don't forget to follow me on YouTube.
Okay.
At Love John Michael Franks.
I hear you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Chocolate.
Give me some.
Chocolate.
Give me some.
Well, you know what that mean, you know what that mean, you know what that mean. It's the chocolate lover in the house. We got about 2-3 minutes, about quarter past. We're gonna drop it in on you, alright? So let me drop this one on you so long. In the meantime and between time, then we can get I'm gonna introduce you to the king.
Unexpected, uninvited, standing in my doorway looking sweet, 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 embracing me as if she missed me. I say, tell me where did we meet? She tell me, you met me 2 years ago, performing in Toronto. Took me home after the show. How could you forget? Next day you jump on a plane. Never heard from you again. Still I can't get over you yet. Hey, so give me some of your sugar city. Since you left me, I'm craving only chocolate. I don't want any other flavor. Chocolate. Now I found me island lover. Chocolate. I don't like candy, but love your chocolate bar. You sweet stick of chocolate that you are. I'll give whatever to savor your flavor. You sweet stick of chocolate that you are. Hey.
Sweet stick of chocolate that you are. Boy, one of my favorite songs from the king himself. Well, we're gonna say good night to the king. Good night to the king. How are you, king?
Pleasant good night to you and your entire listenership. Of course, you logged on to one of the icon X station with the iconic Mick Stokes, so I'm in presence of, what shall I call you? Awesomeness. Living legends. Seriously. Seriously.
These fellas
And
here.
of course, you got a national award. Was it earlier this year?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did get a. And you got one before, innit? he laugh.
Yes. But of course, all respect is due. And we're here because it's you at the consoles. We appreciate what you've done. As I mentioned earlier that I dedicated my show today to Cons Edwards.
Cons Edwards, yes.
We have to look after our people like
Yes,
you,
yes.
yourself, and so we appreciate you.
Yes.
And I'm here on behalf of the great Barry,
Barry
Mr.
C.
Frankston, to say thank you for continuing to do what you do.
Nice, guys.
It's important. You are the guardians of our culture. You have to appreciate that.
Beautiful. So, but some of our friends, haven't been feeling well for the past few days. I must say that King Cut was supposed to be here with me tonight because he really promised to, come and fulfill his promise. And, but I understand that, wow.
Suffered a minor stroke. Suffered a minor stroke. He's at JNF, but all indications are he's in recovery. I think over the weekend.
Yes, and I'd like to say, speedy recovery, my brother. Our minds, our thoughts, our prayers, are with you, and we hope that everything work out for
Tuesday. He may make it to the show on Tuesday.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, man. We wish him well, and Cons too.
He's in medical distress.
Went to the.
He's at Paxson's at the moment. Sandy Point.
Yeah, okay, in the Sunny Point Hospital. Oh, yeah. That's the what you call it, the dark horse. The dark horse is
Buffalo Soldier.
trampling. The Buffalo Soldier is trampling the hospital down at
Dark
SP.
horses, yeah.
And not forgetting Fisherman. Alamolo.
Alamo is don't call her.
I forget that. I hope I can call it right.
I forget
Alamo.
Alamo, yeah.
Alamo was in the hospital too. The limbo dancer, the bottle dancer, the fire eater.
Awesome.
Beautiful. We came to the same school, because we used to go to the school with Tonka Abdurrahman. I used to be the limbo dancer, and
Yes.
yeah. He
We are now the old people, eh? We are now the old people.
Well, he wasn't feeling well the other day too, so I understand he and Mr. Jones was there for a while, but he's out now. So that's some of our musical
Icons.
rebels. They got the honor rebels. You just saw the honor rebels from talking about that leadership matters. But we are the musical rebels, so all the rebels in the house here tonight. And
Definitely.
it's
Jumping
a pleasure having you. It's a pleasure having you And because like I can't ask you about Sakrati because everybody knows about the King Sakrati. You've been around so long that you're a part of our history right now.
I'm ancient man.
Like we can't write our story unless we got your name in it, because you have been helping me, helping a lot of singers and different people to actually like, you put pen to paper. And I remember I had an incident there when I used to working for a recording studio. A branch of Warner Brothers in St. Martin, and this guy came to the studio and he started to sing this song. So I tell him, "You know who sang that?" He said, "No." I say, but he said he bought it from somebody. He bought it from somebody. Little didn't I get to know that it's Sakrati. Heard the song that was King Bobo.
King Bobo recorded the song and had St. Martin people claim it was his song, but Kititians knew. But the old mouth contender, Warren McKinney. How you get away with that? Everybody know that song? Yeah. And when we met in Anguilla some years after at the Leeward Islands competition, the first question they asked me, "You gonna sue me?"
So this guy have been writing songs that it's unbelievable. Some unbelievable songs. And I remember, I think at a faint thing. I used to be living in St. Thomas, and I think I remember him playing in a band. I never used to go dancing at the time, but for some reason, my mom had a pet shop right in front of the Catholic school, and just around the corner they had these, this band always been like playing like through a passage. And I think I picture him as a young guy playing in the band.
Bass guitarist, on the bass guitar. Back in the day.
Yeah, that was a long time. So this guy being like in the music.
I clocked 65 today,
65 or EC or US?
65. I celebrated my 65th today. I'm so happy. A lot of us will make it. Got it cocking up. Yes, so I've been around for some time and I dedicated my life. Mm-hmm. My mantra is my music is my life, is my music is my life.
I feel you, my king. I feel you, my king. So, you're here tonight for a special reason. Mm-hmm.
I'm here tonight to actually release my entry for the competition slated next week, Tuesday. As a matter of fact, there was a bad mix that I brought some time ago, so I brought a bit of a version of that song. I've been challenged, well, we're not hearing a song on the radio. I must admit I've not really put it up there per se. I brought 16 songs to the station of other Calypsonians from my tent that I recorded, arranged, etc. But I brought the music out and it's pushing it. I am now at the last stage bringing mine. That happens, but that's okay. That's okay.
So I must say, yeah, man, you saved the best for last. Don't worry, man, you saved the best for last because
people think it's stupid, but it's an unselfish approach. If I'm assisting you, I'm going to give it my 110% because I want you to succeed. But you still have to come on stage and beat me.
That's the bottom line.
It has happened, but the fact is, I assist, gave it from my heart. So,
so okay, you want to tell us about this new
track? The track is called "Between a Rock and a Hard Place." It's the reality of which where the country, people have been placed in terms of the decisions we've had to make in the light of COVID-19. You've heard people asking for the gate, the borders to be open. Open the border. And we've watched other countries in the region who have done so prematurely, and the negative impact and spiking of COVID cases going on. We've not had those incidents because we've been doing due diligence to the safety protocols. Some say they're too stringent, and we'll second guess. But the fact is, the results are saying we've had no cases, we've had no death. All the cases that we've encountered has been returning nationals, contained, and then declared COVID-free. But in terms of economy, we have to decide. Damned if you do, doomed if you don't. So the song says, we are between a rock and a hard place. But then, me personally, I had other topics to address. But then with the issues of corona staring us in the face, that put me between a rock and a hard place. So give it a listen, and it's sort of self-explanatory.
All right then, folks, here we go. 1, 2, 3, hold back, let me see. Well, I'm gonna. Well, okay. Oh, in the,
tonight, they gotta get up.
okay.
That's one of Christmas today.
You give me the CD. Now you're telling me this is a Christmas thing. But it's so good, so late pleno.
That nearly didn't happen, did it?
Okay.
Oh, yes. So there was a guy called General Maxwell Kobe, and he was a chief of staff of the Nigerian Army and
my
also
goodness,
was in
thank
control of
This song salutes the many sacrifices of our people in facing this pandemic while observing the safety protocols of the NEOC that have kept us safe so far. Boy, as the reigning king, intent on repeating, debating topics on which to sing. The most obvious was to sing about the virus increasing death toll around the world. But why should I be expounding on the obvious when there are other issues on which to extol? I could sing of the attended Kuamaduru in Venezuela, or the busy sanctions of the people of Guyana. But with issues of corona staring us in the face, this put me between a rock and a hard place. Yes, we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, we could end up dying. Ha! Hear this? I started a song intended to sing above the gruesome George Floyd killing and the symbolism of that gross disrespect of not taking their knees off black people's neck. In my song, my intent was to suggest we stop asking in peaceful protest. Next, I would tell why Bill Gates went to Jamaica. It was to sell his vaccination agenda. But when millions in stimulus, the PM opted to pay, I had to thank him for saving something for this rainy day. Still, we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, the virus is stalking. Pressure. Across the region, we find ourselves in the same boat of tourism. We keep trying to refloat, dependent on the same source markets, competing against each other. Somebody says through farming we can make it, but we know farming can only take us so far. Then somebody mentioned a carry-come travel bubble, but we know income, who can afford travel? Now staycation is an option, and once you have Zoom, you can travel around the world from your bedroom. But we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, you could end up dying. dying. Pressure. How do you please all the people all the time? Can't work. Can't work. It is well known that the sugar industry was the backbone of our economy, but the time came to transition to tourism. When King Sugar proved to be no more, I now make the claim for another intervention, noting that tourism is not as before. I suggest we invest in medical marijuana, look up the hemp industry, bring millions for Jamaica. We've got the lands to make the plans to grow that industry. Let the Rastafarians plant and save our economy from between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, we could end up dying. Heaven forbid. In my heart I can truly say you were always there. I've always felt your love and care. In all the world you're my hero, the one I've grown to love and to know as my daddy. Yes, there were contingencies where you had to seek work overseas, but I never felt abandoned. You were providing for a home. Still in my heart of hearts I yearned for that day you would return to hug my daddy. Oh, much more than my father, but my mentor and my friend, provider, protector, the one on whom I could depend, there for me in every way. So it warms my heart to say Happy Father's Day. You're truly my hero. Happy Father's Day. You honored my mother, made her your queen. You're the two most awesome human beings I've been blessed to know. Training me as a child should grow. Though I love my mother no less, she lets me know how much I am blessed with you as my daddy. Forever encouraging me to be all that I can be, setting the right example as someone to look up to. Thus I truly appreciate you stepping up to the plate to be my daddy. More than my father, but my mentor and my friend, provider, protector, the one on whom I could depend, there for me in every way. So it warms my heart to say Happy Father's Day. Yes, I want the whole wide world to know you are truly my hero. Happy Father's Day. Bless your heart. There's so many millions just like you who are dance to their children too. sharing that special bond between a father and his child. To them I say enough respect. True fathers trying their best to be their children's daddy. It is clearly your duty and responsibility to let your children know you are truly their daddy. This song is from my heart, and I sing it sincerely, but none can match my daddy. He's much more than my father, but my mentor and my friend, provider, protector, the one on whom I can depend, there for me in every way. So it warms my heart to say Happy Father's Day. I want the whole wide world to know that you're truly my hero. Happy Father's Day. DJ Marisha, as a carnivalist, I need your opinion on this one, okay? He talking to Catholic Carnival.
Way, it's Queen E.G. for Sugar Mass 49. For better or for worse, be it blessing or curse, for richer or poorer, we're in this together. As a federation in which to stand as one, it's each for the other, we're in this together. We are one big family under a theme, unity. We share one vision, one purpose, one.
Ah, boy. Hey. Well, you think I can leave that out, eh? No, man. This is a real kaiso. You know what I mean? You know, the English man just talk to you and say, this is real kaiso. Oh, boy. The price of the saltfish, the price of the thing. Going up. You hear what the man said? The man say going up more. $21 a pound. $350. You know, $300 no more.
That's about the point. $350. We ate saltfish and fungi, saltfish and bread, and then again saltfish and rice. But nowadays in this new economy, it has become this high price commodity. And based on my meager salary, I don't eat it anymore. It's only them big boys in society who every day rush into the grocery, buying out in great quantity what was the food for the poor. But things will change one day, saltfish price will come down again, and poor people like me and once again enjoy this delicacy. We tired eating chin beef, pigtail, sardine and chicken. You know how I wish I had a nice fat juicy piece of saltfish. People like Jacqueline were making money. They say she's got the best price in town. But things will change when the price of saltfish come down, way down. Oh, how I envy Captain Licky. He eats so much, he's gained a few pounds. But things will change when the price of saltfish come down. He and Tango eating strong. Watch things change when the price of saltfish. The price is too high. Poor people can't buy. Oh me, oh my. I wonder why. I wonder why. piece of saltfish in my dish, and I would eat like a lord. After early mass on Sunday mornings, saltfish and anchova was my thing. Surely a meal fit for a king, succulent and sweet. Not that Cedric can afford to eat. He and Ashley and Lowe's swap in technique, boasting around with their toothpicks to clean the meat from their teeth. But things will change one day. Saltfish price will come down again when poor people like me can once again eat saltfish in this country. We tired eating tin beef, pigtail, sardine and chicken. You know how I wish I had a nice fat juicy piece of saltfish. I have to squat and save on my salary to eat saltfish when Good Friday comes. But things will change when the price of saltfish come down, way down. Had is complaining to me bitterly. He don't like eating pork all year round. But things will change when the price of saltfish come down. Things bound to change when the price of saltfish come down. The price is too high.
This song salutes the many sacrifices of our people in facing this pandemic while observing the safety protocols of the NEOC that have kept us safe so far.
Boy, as the reigning king, intent on repeating, debating topics on which to sing. The most obvious was to sing about the virus increasing death toll around the world. But why should I be expounding on the obvious when there are other issues on which to extol? I could sing on the attendant Maduro in Venezuela, or the busy sanctions of the people of Guyana. But with issues of corona staring us in the face, this put me between a rock and a hard place. Yes, we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, we could end up dying. Hear this? I started a song intended to sing about the gruesome George Floyd killing and the symbolism of that gross disrespect of not taking their knees off black people's neck. In my song, my intent was to suggest we stop asking in peaceful protest. Next, I would tell why Bill Gates went to Jamaica. It was to sell his vaccination agenda. But when millions in stimulus the PM opted to pay, I had to thank him for saving something for this rainy day. Still, we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, the virus is stalking. Pressure. Across the region, we find ourselves in the same boat of tourism. We keep trying to refloat, dependent on the same source markets, competing
against each other. Somebody says through farming we can make it, but we know farming can only take us so far. Then somebody mentioned a carry come travel bubble, but we no income, who can afford travel? Now staycation is an option, and once you have Zoom, you can travel around the world from your bedroom. But we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, you could end up dying. Pressure. How do you please all the people all the time? Can't work. It is well known that the sugar industry was the backbone of our economy, but the time came to transition to tourism. When King Sugar proved to be no more, I now make the claim for another intervention, noting that tourism is not as before. I suggest we invest in medical marijuana, look up the hemp industry, bring millions for Jamaica. We've got the lands to make the plans to grow that industry. Let the Rastafarians plant and save our economy from between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, we could end up dying. Heaven forbid.
Well, King. I must say that song kind of deep, sir. That song is very deep. I must say that you went really deep for that song. I like the bass line. I like the... By the way, who played the music?
All the orchestration was done by myself.
Oh, so you're the magician?
Not necessarily. You know we won't. But what's interesting is that last week in Parliament, if you listen to the last verse, right, I suggest we invest in medical marijuana. Last week in Parliament, they're addressing legislation to do that.
So they heard you, or they were...
So, well, the PM named Sylvester. Are you named Sylvester too? We'll make a like. Very seriously. We transition from sugar to tourism. Today's tourism has failed across the region. Right? Jamaica hemp industry is bringing in untold millions. We have the land. Let the people use the prosecutors sent to prison for planting, give them the first stake in growing that industry. Let the Rastafarians plant and save the economy. It makes sense.
Boy, I got
and just last week, last week actually, in Parliament. Yes. I'm saying give them first this because I happen to know that the minister is investing heavily in that industry. Fact. But I'm saying that's to me borders on inside trading.
I feel you.
Let the masses give them the land. Let us invest.
Okay, all right then. Okay.
But on that note, I'm gonna leave because I know you have other guests to interview. I know Barry is here,
Yes, sir.
and he's got his awesome. He's still hunting, trying to find.
Trying to find your wife. I mean, hey, I'd like to thank you very much for being a part of National Showcase King Socrates, and we hope that everything you aim for.
Well, we're also making history. It's the first time we have a virtual Calypso competition, but the first time we never have 20 to 1.
20 to 1.
You know, 10 to 1 is the mother?
Man,
It's
okay.
20 to 1, so.
20 to 1 is murderous.
Oh, yes. But, yes. We're going to have a great show. And for the folks who are not able to come, they'll be able to view it online.
I hear you.
And the locally, the tickets are $50. I don't know what's selling for online, but it's really worth it. We've had a taste via the Calypso 10s and eliminations, and people are happy they had a chance to view that, giving them a sense of being home. Well, now, put your money where your mouth be and enjoy the show.
Well, thank you very, very, very much, King. Appreciate you be here, and we're looking forward for you to doing greater things, okay?
Well, I'll do it for our demographic. The old people.
Your mouth short.
Stimulus, the PM opted to pay. I had to thank him for saving something for this rainy day. Still, we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living. This song salutes the many sacrifices of our people in facing this pandemic, while observing the safety protocols of the NEOC that have kept us safe so far. Boy, as the reigning king, intent on repeating, debating topics on which to sing. The most obvious was to sing about the virus increasing death toll around the world. But why should I be expounding on the obvious when there are other issues on which to extol? I could sing of the attendant coup of Maduro in Venezuela, or the busy sanctions of the people of Guyana. But with issues of corona staring us in the face, this put me between a rock and a hard place. Yes, we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, we could end up dying. Hear this, I started a song intended to sing about the gruesome George Floyd killing and the symbolism of that gross disrespect of not taking their knees off black people's neck. In my song, my intent was to suggest we stop asking in peaceful protest. Next, I would tell why Bill Gates went to Jamaica. It was to sell his vaccination agenda.
Folks, you know, those folks on the borderline, those folks who overseas, you're gonna get a chance to see the king perform this beautiful, 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 beautiful song. Ladies and gentlemen, you sing to your tracks. Sing to your man, to your tracks. Sing it here. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the king, His Majesty, King Socrates.
Intent on repeating, debating. This song salutes the many sacrifices of our people in facing this pandemic, while observing the safety protocols of the NEOC that have kept us safe so far. Boy, as the reigning king, intent on repeating,
debating topics on which to sing. The most obvious was to sing about the virus increasing death toll around the world. But why should I be expounding on the obvious when there are other issues on which to extol? I could sing of the attempted coup of Maduro in Venezuela, or the visit sanctions of the people of Guyana. But with issues of corona staring us in the face, this put me between a rock and a hard place. Yes, we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, we could end up dying. Hear this, I started a song intended to sing above the gruesome George Floyd killing and the symbolism of that gross disrespect of not taking their knees off black people's neck. In my song, my intent was to suggest we stop asking in peaceful protest. Next, I would tell why Bill Gates went to Jamaica. It was to sell his vaccination agenda. But when millions in stimulus the PM opted to pay, I had to thank him for saving something for this rainy day. Still, we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, the virus is stalking. Pressure. Across the region, we find ourselves in the same boat of tourism. We keep trying to refloat, dependent on the same source markets, competing against each other. Somebody says through farming we can make it, but we know farming can only take us so far. Then somebody mentioned a carry-come travel bubble, but we no income, who can afford travel? Now staycation is an option, and once you have Zoom, you can travel around the world from your bedroom. But we're between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, you could end up dying. Pressure. How do you please all the people all the time? Can't work. It is well known that the sugar industry was the backbone of our economy, but the time came to transition to tourism. When King Sugar proved to be no more, I now make the claim for another intervention, noting that tourism is not as before. I suggest we invest in medical marijuana, look up the hemp industry, bring millions for Jamaica. We've got the lands to make the plans, to grow that industry. Let the Rastafarians plant and save our economy from between a rock and a hard place. The safety of our country versus the economy. We had to open our border. It was die from hunger or face a disease that fills cemeteries. We're between a rock and a hard place. Damned if we do, doomed if we don't. While we're out here trying to make a living, we could end up dying. Heaven forbid.
Oh boy, that's the sound of the King. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, King. Thank you very much. The people all over the world appreciate it too, believe it or not. You got a cardless there. Yes, man. Okay, beautiful.
That's what I give me a little warm up.
Yes, man.
Oh, now I need a bottle of water.
But we say, ladies and gentlemen, presenting. The lion. Yes. Oh my goodness. So say. Oh, you want to tell us about the song before, or you want to just drop it like it hot? Well, okay, Barry says just drop it like it hot. Okay then. Here goes, mate. Nice.
Take your time. Take your time when you come in. Take your time when you come in. She want me to work on top she bed, but she tired and want to rest she head. She gon' call me and tell me when to come, but I said darling I already done. Ring that bell, the whole place shell. Whenever you're coming, take your time and come slowly. You better come slowly. It was early in the morning. I heard me neighbors quarreling. She said she just can't believe it.
well. There you had it. The King Socrates and Barry C. Telling you must come slow, don't come too fast. Take your time, man. BC.
Yes.
Oh my
brother.
goodness. I must say, King Socrates has put down his music. Who did your music for you?
Divi, Vern Pemberton, we call him Divi, from Divi Production.
Okay.
I think you might remember his father. His father was Glenn Pemberton from Divi.
The guitarist. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
he sound tight. He sound
This
alright.
guy is an awesome guy. He's very,
He played with the Socrates band.
yeah.
He plays, he's my guitarist now.
He's Socrates
The funny
guitarist.
thing
Yeah.
with him is he's very versatile. He can play pretty much all the instruments.
He plays keyboards actually.
He
quite
plays keyboard. And he's just an awesome musician. Very humble, but trust me, he's one of the best guys out there.
I see. Beautiful. Well, I would like to thank you, Mr. I'd like to thank Barry C, Mr. Loveman, Mr. Franks. And, you know, it's an honor to have the king here, believe it or not. And I worked with the king a few years, you know, a few times, and it was always a pleasure. And it was always a pleasure, you know, playing for him. I'm retired now, you know, I mean, I can't even play a whole song now, you know. If I play a song, I'm going to judge. So I must say that I'd like to thank you. Thank you. Then guys didn't want me to thank them.
talent we have, as I say, we're the guardians, and the talent we have that we had on display over the years has set the standard for many to follow. Doesn't mean that we should step aside and let them run the ship. We still want things.
I feel
You know, the funny thing, they say we are veterans, and we still, you know, putting a lot of pressure on the younger guys. We're doing a pretty...
I've been asked to retire so many times. Retire for what?
I feel you. I hear you.
Retire for what?
I hear you.
Yeah, I think the strategy that we employ with regards to changing with the times and keeping current with the music industry itself and the art form is presenting to us is what pretty much kept us alive today. A lot of people fall by the wayside because they've never tried to change with what is going on.
You say adapt or die.
And that's pretty much what, you know, we have been doing successfully. I started this thing here, my musical journey since 1985. As a matter of fact, solo artist type of music. I did music before, but this recording was from 1985. And we're still here today in 2020, 2021. And we'll keep it up.
Well, the ability to apply yourself to all the various genres of music.
Yeah.
And the roots of that came from where?
We came from the Defense Force band, Mr. Bridgewater band, the police band that they had.
We're talking Africa, man.
Complex.
We're talking Africa.
Talking about in the 70s. We used to play classical music and marching band music and that type of stuff. We had Val Morris for the Defense Force band, and we had Mr. Bridgewater for the police band. And that's where the musical background started. Actually, Mick Stokes was my tutor for drumming. He taught me some drumming.
Is he still teaching drums?
Huh?
Is he still teaching drums?
I believe he should be teaching.
No, he's teaching
still.
drums.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that
Why
makes
this
him-
man don't tell Satan to leave me alone?
He's got
He's trying to pull
classes.
himself up with
Yeah.
it, but he doesn't understand.
No,
he
no,
doesn't
he teaches
understand the
drums.
foundation.
Next
that
time
you
you pass by
created.
his store on 4th Street, you can see drums there, and he have classes and stuff like that. Teach
And
percussion.
imagine, he said he's retired. Imagine.
That is good.
Yeah, well, who know you
Well,
don't call
he might be
it?
retired from performing doing certain things, but he's still with the art form, which is very important. Nurturing the younger folks, giving them, something.
I knew his voice before I met him. He was singing King of Loneliness. I was a small boy at home. I am a king. And this thing was at the Apollo Cinema. But he came live on radio, and there was Jumping Jack. You remember the song?
But I started
Jamaica.
long. I started long after IU. I started long after IU. Because when I was a small boy, I listened to you guys and you and Sakuti.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, I did get the good.
King of Loneliness, that song, you know the song?
Yeah.
That's the first track I've ever heard
I
him
think
sing.
one of his best songs is for me.
She's Not There?
That slow song. Yes.
She's Not There? Yeah, I play it. I have a saxophone,
That's
I play
one of that. Trust me, that song is to this day.
Hear it and pan.
Unbelievable.
Hear it and pan.
You should redo that song.
I don't ever do it. I could do it so good.
Hey, you know what the funny thing about singers? The last thing to go from you is your voice.
I feel you.
The last, don't care. I mean, look at Sparrow. Sparrow could go and sing a song at his age today and probably not doing so well. And you would not believe that he's sick. The voice is always the last thing to go in any musician.
Yeah,
unless
I know,
you get sick or something with your throat or something. But some guy told me today, said, "Bye, your voice ain't getting old."
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You two guys.
That's great. That's great rendition.
Yes, great.
And I don't. I mean, I might be younger than you guys, but
Maybe.
I'm relatively old. I think I'm heading into the senior citizen group right now, 55 to 80.
Well, folks, thank you very much for being a part of National Showcase tonight. It's 10 minutes after 12 o'clock, and had the fun with Barry, King Sacro, and Mr. Frank.
It's a real pleasure, man.
The Love Man Franks.
Yeah, Love Man Frank.
Love Man Franks. This is the name from the one.
You'll be surprised that some might hit.
Love Man Franks.
A lot of love. We need the love. You know what I mean?
You just put a brand on him. Love Man Frank.
Love Man Franks.
Everybody might just want to know who.
So you have to come up.
Yes, Frank. So don't you gotta come slow.
You gotta come up.
Just take it. He's coming slowly as
he gotta come up.
Just take your time and come.
So thank you guys very much for being part of the National
Thank you,
Showcase.
Mick and
God bless you.
ZIZ and the crew and the whole people for having us here. I think it was a very wonderful experience, and I mean to be with two legend guys.
Here we go again.
Stokes
Here we go again.
The
folks here,
I
you see, guys.
He knows.
It's an awesome feeling. So thank you again, and thank you all. We're just planning to have a wonderful carnival. They say we're having a carnival, but a wonderful carnival.
Yes, man, come slow.
Enjoy.
Folks, 10 minutes after 12 o'clock, I'd like to thank you very much for being a part of National Showcase tonight. And until we meet again, on behalf of the management staff and the board of the family station, this is Mickey Stokes saying God bless you and keep you until we meet again. I now turn you over to BBC in London.
I have to wait the night. I will see tomorrow in the morning.
Soldiers have joined health workers to carry out rapid lateral flow tests